So wasn't really, I didn't think how I was going to record this, but I got to thinking. So we're fixing to head to Piedmont, Alabama, to go grab my truck, which is like hour 30, hour 40 minutes away. There's no good reputable shops around here other than dealerships, but this was an actual like dealer that they do all kinds of repairs and stuff like that, which they're Ford guys too, so they do all of them. So I bought a motor for $9,500, ended up being bad, and then the motor that I bought, they started tearing it out, they pulled the truck in, took the cab off. They had extra stuff because all that armor on it, all the other stuff on it as well. So it took a little longer, which was, expected because it's got aftermarket accessories. So after they told me they got the cab pulled, everything was going good, and so I called kind of check in just to see, like, okay, am I going to get this week or is it going to be next week? So I wasn't really bugging them, but just kind of getting the ETA. That way I could plan my jobs if I did get it back that week. So they said the cab was almost off, and that was around lunchtime, so they'll have it ready. And then the motor ended up being bad because they pulled the old motor out, started swapping, and they found the turbo messed up. I may try to like upload pictures of it and stuff like that. So after finding that out, I called the customer, but it ended up being the end of the day, so I was going to go up there after work, but I couldn't. So I was like, well, ain't no point because they're not there anyway. So after that, the next day I had them send me pictures of it, and there was plastic down in the intake. I mean, even the owner got involved at stroked out. So he's an absolute great guy. He was talking to me about stuff I didn't know about Fords, and so after he started talking to me, he said, Jesse, there's plastic in the intake. Well, he's like, I could see it. I was like, well, that's great. So I sent him all the pictures that they needed to know. Well, now the guy that I bought it from says it was good, and that the motor that I gave, or that I bought, said it was good. And which these are Russians. I think they're Russians. I'm not sure. I think he's been in business 20, 30 years, I guess. I don't know. He's a body shop out in Douglasville, Georgia. So right now we're going through a lawyer setup there. So you're not going to do somebody that wrong, because he said that everything was good. He sent me videos that running. Yeah, you ran it, but when you put the intake back on there and you ran it, it shotgunned plastic down in the intake. But yeah, there's pictures. He sent me before and after pictures, I guess, when he tore it apart, and then to make sure there was no plastic in the intake. And he said he put, the way I took it was he put everything back on and ran it for 30-40 minutes. So after that 30-40 minutes, the turbo looked like he threw a bunch of nuts and bolts in there. So, and then they're like, well, that mechanic shop must have put a different turbo on there. Like, no, I wouldn't think they would, because they're making money by labor, not selling parts. Like for, like the turbo and stuff like that adds, but they most places sell the parts at what they cost, and maybe just a little bit to make something off of it. So I mean, I'm in the mechanic industry, so I know. And then he said the motor would have croaked over if it would have kept running. But I said, well, they ain't even put it in the truck yet. They started swapping stuff off, because I was like, that's not, I mean, there's stuff on mine that I have to have on mine, because that's a 2020 and that's a 2017 that had swapped stuff over. So, well, he just kept going on and on about the mechanic shop's doing something dirty, this and that. Like, no, I don't think so, because you're the dirty one. So right now we're going through a lawyer, so I'm fixing to fix his wagon. You're not going to do somebody dirty like that. So I mean, I said we can do it two different ways. You can either help me, or I'm fixing to have to sue you. So that's just, I mean, he could have like, hey man, I can give you half of it. I mean, that'd been fine if you didn't have the money. Like, hey, I don't have the money, we'll do something, or I'll find you another one. I don't know, but it's sad that people does it now that way nowadays. So, but we're fixing to fix his wagon. But almost 5 minutes of talking. But this has been a like several week span because I didn't know what I was going to do, and I ended up buying a motor from a salvage yard or like whoever they supply from, that if something happens to it with 120 days or something like that, that they'll fix it for free or give me another motor. So we're fixing to test it out. So today's Friday, so Saturday we got a job tomorrow, but we're fixing to head to Piedmont, and then we'll be going and picking it up, and then in like in the next 4 or 5 hours I'll have to drive back to Piedmont to look at a job down that way, because I couldn't plan it out to do it early in the morning, but the customer lives an hour away, so it's kind of hard not to just stop what you're doing. But I planned it last second because I didn't know about my truck, but now we went from $9,500 to a total of $1,500 to now we got $15K plus the $9,500 engine. So we'll be there shortly to pick it up, and we'll go from there. All right, we got old, well, I was going to say old Smokey, but she's not Smokey no more. We got her back, bunch of stuff in the floor. The motor's back there that we gave $9,500 for, and it ended up being a piece of crap. Let's see. This is what it ended up being for the repair after buying a motor and all that other stuff. She's got 234,000 miles. 285, so 234,285, and dang, my wife's blowing my phone up. But let's get out. Let's see, I'm looking at a job shortly. There's a bunch of stuff I need to be fixing. The owner is not here, so I was gonna have him call me when he got in. Runs good. Talked to the mechanic that done the job. He's been doing it for ever since he was 13, so I trust him, talking to him, stuff like that. But this was supposedly a, where's the turbo at? I think the turbo, yeah, the turbo is in there, which once I get back, we will do a little bit of a like a little overtake of it. But I'm gonna wait till the customer contacts me back. We're looking at a job over here, so that way we can look at it before we head home, because it's like an hour and a half. So, but I'm trying to not waste time, so I got a few more hours, so I'm gonna just try to hang around a little bit. Definitely give Stroked Out Diesel in Piedmont, Alabama. They got their own machine shop. They've got, I think they've got their own guns, like a gun shop or something like that. Freaking awesome place. It used to be an old Kmart, but I'm pretty happy about how everything went, if you live in Alabama or close by. But I do suggest to talk to a place before you go buy a motor. I thought I was doing good on this one. There's some stuff that they would have to change on the motor, being a 2020, but the fact is that I bought the motor and it ended up being bad. That's kind of annoying. I mean, $9,500 is different. If it was $3,000 or $4,000, I would just bite my tongue and then just, but this is $9,500, and it almost broke me to the point where almost I'd start selling all my stuff, which I'm starting to sell some stuff. That way I can get back to where I can make it. But we got enough jobs right now to where we'll be all right. We'll make pretty much almost about 3/4 of what we spent on this motor job. And but also I've been out for probably about four weeks now. I think 4 weeks. So about a month maybe. Yeah, about a month. So, but anyway, we'll get back. I got to look at this job, and I've got to hurry up and get my trailer loaded up. I got to make sure the truck's loaded, got everything I need, because the job that we're going to look at is about an hour and 40 minutes away or something like that for 2 days. And also this one is a it's a customer, but he's also a subscriber, I think, and that's how he found me, and he contacted me because his local guy couldn't get to it in time, or he just I hope that he just sees my work and know I'm close, but also do a good job for him. So but we will try to get these people taken care of. And now I can update everybody. Their truck's good. They drove it 100 miles, and then they gave it to me. So that's, you can't beat that. So it's got a 90-day warranty. So Stroked Out Diesel in Piedmont, Alabama. Toby is the owner. He's an awesome guy, and he's also a mechanic too. He's not just somebody that pays people to do work. No, he's legit freaking master of all this. So anyway, let's get back to the house and get her loaded up and get a good final view. It's been sitting out in the sun. All the stuff's starting to fade and don't look good, so I need to get back on taking care of my stuff. So anyway, let's get to it. All right, so I was heading to my father-in-law's after we left for that job in Piedmont. I looked at that job. I just kind of kept going down the road, and then we got a check engine light. I can't remember if this thing's got it or not. Let's see. Look like I'm a drunk guy driving. Hang on a second. All right, let's do that. Nope. Okay. Vehicle information. Check engine light is. Oh wow, there's several codes now. That's good. PB2B11, P2B1F, P2B17, and P2B15. I looked up. I think it was the P2B1F was cylinder 8. So I tried to call him, which at that time I didn't realize what time it was. And it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock or something like that, and it was for cylinder 8. Cylinder 8 limit exceeded for something. I think it was fuel. So I've got my big scan tool. I'm gonna try to see if I can't run some tests on it and kind of see what's going on. Yeah, that's my look. Get a truck, and then they drove it 100 miles supposedly. So I didn't write nothing down. That, you know, I'm not saying they didn't or did more than that. I hope they did more, but I think driving around and then, like, it's not gonna throw a code. I would think just driving here and there. You gotta drive it long term, other than just crank it up, go here, turn it off, crank it up. You gotta give her some more beans. But anyway, we put some fuel in it, filled the tank up. I think we spent like $300. See the tickets up there. $392 on diesel for the truck, and then the 100-gallon tank. So we got some bad weather. I'm not feeling too good. I've noticed I had a headache, but also I got probably a temperature or something like that. I'm just feeling rough. So I don't know if we'll get to that job tomorrow because he hasn't called me yet. So we've been working 12-hour days this week, trying to push garbage trucks out, getting them fixed and going. So I'm tired, wore out, and I don't feel good. So I don't know. Well, we may have to do it next week or something. But yeah, we got 234,352 miles on it with check-ins lights, with all those. I'm not sure, on my screen it looks like it's like doing some weird stuff, but yeah, that's my look. So I guess when I get home, that's what I was afraid of, to take this job an hour and a half or hour and 40 minutes away and ends up throwing check engine lights and leaking, and that's my luck. This year has been horrible. But anyway, let's go get this unloaded, and we'll try to get stuff fixed and figured out. I don't know. All right, so after an hour and 35-minute ride, we have 5 codes on it. I mean, that's always given, because we've had trucks do that too when we test drove them, fixed them and all that stuff. So it happens, but it sounds good. I've got to get this fixed because it heats up this wiring and the corner. It gets hot. That's enough to scald your finger. It don't look like we lost anything. So we're fixed to get the Kubota and pick the motor up. Guess I'll have to do a lawsuit with the guy. Still not going to be helpful, so I'm about to fix our wagon. So let's get this unloaded, and we'll have to take it home and figure out what's going on with it. So yeah, it's just, I'll have to troubleshoot it. So definitely need to get it fixed. So it might be next week before we can do anything. So if not, we fix and find another truck. That's it. That's all I got. So can't wait. So I just had put $400 in diesel. Let's do this. vehicle. Yeah, I thought it said it had 6 codes on it, so I don't know if it does or not. Now we got, I think that, I heard you. We had one more code. It's either B15 or B13 is a different one. But let's get that thing unloaded. I couldn't get in there. It's hard to see with a tractor, so I got in there best I could. It's in there about halfway because the truck was like this way and the tractor's this way, so I'm surprised about this little tractor, a little Kubota. But also you can kind of see the truck's this way and then that's that way, so I don't think the AC works in this thing. It's pushed. It's not cold. One of these is blowing cold. Oh yeah. The old paper trick. Alright, let's see. I'm not sure. I can't do all these at the same time. Alright, we got it in here. It was a little hard to get to with the tractor. The Kubota is really touchy. So I wanted to show you. Yeah. But he said the motor was good when I got it. But does that look good to you? And also this is a cabin chassis motor. So yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. So oh, yeah, that don't. Also, I think this is a different turbo. It's got chunks, but where'd the chunks go? It's got a silencer ring on it too. Right there, take that out. So that's my look. I tried to look in the intakes, but the exhaust too. But it's all wrapped up. I'd like to keep it in there, so I only took it up for the turbo to take pictures for the lawyer. But he said he definitely seen plastic, so it's not good. But we're gonna head home, so we might end up building this one. So I'm not sure yet. But it's also a cabin chassis. Anyway, we'll see what we can get into now. We'll see you in the next one.